Welcome, Karina here. So today we are going to be, or this evening, we're going to be doing a yoga sequence, restorative, to help us sleep. So I know when a lot of things are going on around us, physically, mentally, when we get to bed, and even though we're exhausted, it's difficult to find ourselves able to go to sleep. So one thing is really nice to do is to disconnect from the phone, that blue light from your laptop or the phone, that scrolling, the news. Just take time to cut that off at a certain time and then allow your body to prepare itself for sleep. So a lot of times that comes easy and a lot of times it does not. So if you find yourself lately not sleeping very well, it's nice to do some yoga poses. I know they really help for me when I can't sleep and I forget that I have my practice and I have my tools, I have my breath, I have my oils, you even have some crystals. So welcome, and we're gonna move through our body through some restorative poses. We're gonna do about 5 poses, 6 counting Shavasana, and we hold them for anywhere about 5 minutes, to maybe 2 or 3 in a couple of them. Make sure you feel comfortable. You can have your block handy. If you don't have a block, you can use a book or a towel and you can roll it up and place it underneath. I don't have a bolster, but if you have a bolster, you can use a bolster. I grabbed a big pillow, a blanket, or again, that towel. You can use it underneath your knees, on your back. And then something later on for our Shavasana, if you have something to place over your eyes, a nice heavy eye pillow, it works really nice. I have one that it's filled with flaxseed and lavender, and it has some lavender oil in it, and it also has a couple of crystals in it, some amethyst and rose quartz. And also at night, sometimes I stick a selenite rod underneath my pillow. Some essential oils that help are lavender, heliotrope, creates some nice dreams, and just some nice calm smell, and you don't even need anything. Also, too, if you would like some music, some Reiki music is nice, or if that's, we're trying to get ready for bed, so we don't want the body to be overstimulated, so no music is also good. So when we come to our mat, we're trying to go to sleep, we're trying to get into our parasympathetic nervous system. That's the rest and digestion response to the body. And all day we're in the sympathetic response, and then the body is responding to the stress mentally. Even a thought can draw your body into a very stressful mode, so we get to release all of that, relinquish it, let it go. So let's just begin on the mat, rooting down through the sit bones and sit up nice and tall, and just kind of roll through the shoulders and roll through the neck. Let the chin come down to the chest and just kind of release any tension that we store in the neck and in the shoulders. And when we get to come down to the mat, it gives you an observation and a time to check in where we were holding that energy all day and the emotions. And then gently come back up through center. Inhale, let the arms reach out and up. And then exhale, let the arms come down to the side. Just a little bit of movement so we connect and can feel that breath moving through the body. Full inhale through the nose. And then exhale through the nose. Go one more time, just inhale. And just on that gesture, letting go whatever you had on your plate today so we can sleep. Good, allow the arms to come down. Hands onto the knees. You're gonna round your back, coming into a seated cat pose. And then shoulders back, heart opens. A seated cow pose, just moving through the spine, through that. Do that a few more times. Nice deep breaths. And then gently come back through center. So we're gonna start on our back. We're going to start in a reclining bound angle pose. So we're gonna roll down onto the mat, or if you're on your bed, in your bed, soles of the feet are gonna come together, knees are gonna open up wide. If this feels too much, you can bring the blanket or a block underneath your legs to help support. The hands can be placed onto the body. Allow yourself to close the eyes. And if you feel your back is arching too much, gently just let the back rest on to the ground. Begin to breathe in and out. Allow yourself to just feel if the shoulders are up into your ears, to just slowly allow the shoulders to descend to the floor. With it, everything you've been carrying on your shoulders. So as you scan with that inhale through the body, and visualize it picking up stress and tension, and then exhale, release. And then keep that sweep through the body. Feel your body just relaxing. And some days it takes a little bit longer than others. Breathe into your hands. Melt down to the mat. Keep that scan from the crown of the head down through the front of the body, out through the toes. And that scan maybe from the toes back up through the back of the body and back up through the head. And then keep looping through. Maybe you begin to notice the belly, because it begins to grumble a little bit. It's your digestion. Your body's relaxed. Feel with every exhale, a little part of that day that kept you down, let it release. Every exhale. You want to be able to go to bed unencumbered. Just be able to sleep and slumber in peace without stress. Four more rounds of breath, breathing into your hands. Gently begin to move slow so we can switch positions in the body. If you have a block or the towel or blanket underneath your legs, just gently press that aside. Gently draw the knees into the chest as you hug in and rock side to side, circle around on the back. And then circle opposite way. And then we're going to come into our happy baby. Allow the knees to open up nice and wide. Your back is being supported onto the ground beneath it. Let the feet reach up to the sky. Hands can come back behind the legs. So we want this to be comfortable. You're not fighting for anything. And there could be some movement. You can rock side to side. Maybe if it feels good to reach an index finger and a middle finger in between the big toe and the second toe and gently just aim those knees down towards your armpits. And again, find that smooth breath here. And if you find yourself moving, let it be slow. And maybe there's just a gentle sway that's happening in the body. It's the energy being released. We store emotions in our body, allow them to come up. So a lot of times when we're doing a restorative sequence, some anxiety, maybe some sadness, maybe some anger comes up. I know that doesn't sound very nice, but it's good because we want to let it go. If we keep that in the body, it's going to manifest in tight muscles, and soreness in the body. So just let it go. You don't need to identify where it's coming from, label it, let it go, come back to the breath. Making sure that the shoulders are able to roll down. You're able to roll the neck side to side. There's not tension in the neck. If you wanted and felt compelled and want to straighten one leg into the hamstrings a little bit more. Again, do not fight it. Good, one leg or both. If your mind begins to wander, bring it back to the breath. That full belly breath. Fill the belly. Allow yourself to be centered and connected. Just allow that peace to take over on the body. Inhale, peace. Exhale, love. 8 more rounds. And in any of these poses, if you begin to feel tension creeping up and it's becoming not comfortable anymore, please always come out of it. Get gently releasing if you're holding onto the feet or behind the knees. Knees come into the chest, hug in again. And rock side to side or circle around on the hips. Giving that tension permission to leave, let it go. So we're going to come into a supported bridge pose. So feet are onto the floor. If you have a block, grab your block. If you don't have a block, you can roll the blanket and place it underneath your lower back. Or if you have that big pillow, you can place it underneath. If you have the block, roll down Press through the feet. You're going to lift up through the hips. Place the block underneath your sacrum, that fused part of the spine. So play around, move it around so it feels comfortable. If that doesn't feel comfortable, maybe you want to get that blanket, roll up the blanket and place it underneath. So with the hips lifted, and you can control how high the hips are going to be up. There's the flattest part of the brick, or you can lift it up a little bit higher. Or maybe if you feel you want it all the way up onto the top. But again, make sure it's somewhere you can completely relax. And it feels comfortable. If you're not comfortable the whole time, your mind is going to be going to being not comfortable. So the arms can be out to the side. Palms can be up, or maybe you want the hands onto the body. Feel the energy, feel the heat from your own hands. Legs can be open just a little bit wider. And just sink your body down over this block. And allow the eyes to be closed. Bring it back to the breath. Even poses here, if you have your eye pillow or something to place over your eyes. That weighted eye pillow, it's big enough, it rests onto the vagus nerve and calms your body down. And this isn't the time to rehash what happened today. This is your day right here, right now. This is what's happening. Ending the day on a good note. Feel that inhale through the nose, travel down through the body. And pause at the bottom of the inhale, or the top of the inhale. And then exhale, and pause at the bottom of the exhale. If you find yourself, you want to exhale, opening up the mouth and letting go, do that. That's your body letting you know it needs to release. Steam from a kettle. Let it go. Four more breath cycles. And then gently, carefully, coming out of the bridge pose, bring the feet about hip socket distance apart. Press down through the feet, lift the hips, take the block or whatever you have underneath your lower back, slowly lower down. Let your body acclimate a minute, your lower back. And then draw the knees into the chest, hug in, rock side to side, circles. And then gently roll over onto one side. Use your hand to lift yourself up. And we're going into child's pose, a comfortable restorative child's pose. So again, grab your blanket, or this time maybe you can grab your pillow. Toes are going to be open nice and wide. Here it's nice to be able to have something full so you can rest your belly. Again here, tapping into the parasympathetic nervous system. You're going to lay down, bring the pillow in. If that feels too much on the knees, you can, if you're not using the towel or your blanket, you can roll it up, place it onto the heel so it takes some pressure off the knees. And then gently let the chest, belly rest down onto the ground. You can turn and rest onto one side of the head. And allow the hips to sink back. Find the position of the arms. It can be down by the side. Maybe it feels good to have them back behind you. Up overhead. But again, find the comfort. You think sometimes when you see babies and they sleep this way and they look so comfortable. So continue breathing deep and like a baby. Breathe down through the belly. Feel your belly rise. Good. And if it begins to feel a little too much onto the neck, then switch sides. Turn your neck over to the other side. Or maybe if you have space, you can rest onto the chin. Or if that pillow allows you to rest the forehead onto the ground. Move through the body. Whatever feels good in the body today, right now. Relaxing through the body. Just let your belly fill with air. 4 more breath cycles. Any of the poses as well, if you feel you need more time, it's feeling really good and you're feeling your body relax, then hold them there a little bit longer. And gently we're going to lift our body up if you're ready to come out. And take the pillow, place it aside, allow the knees to come back, hip socket. Take the blanket away if you have it under the knees. We're going to come into our last restorative pose, which is legs up a wall. And this is really good for calming the body down. And if you didn't have a lot of time, this would be my #1 go-to. So you're going to come next to a wall, or if you don't have a wall that has some space, You can even come up to a couch and then allow you'll do the same thing, but just allow the shins will rest onto the cushions. So you're gonna take your body next to the wall. Your hip is gonna be pressed into the wall. Use your hands to slide back. You can come onto your forearms, keep the belly engaged, scooch the belly, the hips towards the wall a little bit more, legs reach up. And then you're gonna roll down. If this feels uncomfortable on the back, you can grab the blanket, place it underneath the lower back. If it feels tight onto the knees, you just bend the knees a little bit, allow the heels to rest onto the ground. And so here, if you have that eye pillow and you want to place it again over the eyes, hands can be on your body, or you can have your arms open up to the side. This is also a really good pose to interject in the day instead of taking a long nap. Being legs up a wall for about 10 minutes is equivalent to, I think, about a half-hour nap. It just relaxes the body that much. Allowing the blood to flow away from the feet and then to come down through the heart. Be able to relax through the shoulders, let your back rest down onto the ground. Not creating any tension in the hamstrings. Tension back through the breath cycle. And we begin to identify if there's any tension creeping up on the body. Eight more breath cycles. Few more breath cycles. Sometimes it's nice if you want to grab that pillow or a block or that blanket, if it's not underneath your back, to place it on your belly. And the same purpose of the weightedness on the belly helps you calm down because it's on the vagus nerve that runs down the front of your body. And then again, staying here if you feel you need more time. And we're going to gently come out of the pose. If your legs are up the wall, gently bring the knees down, the feet to the floor, rolling back over onto one side. Gently press yourself up. Scoot yourself back for our very last restorative pose, our Shavasana. So really preparing your body before sleep. Maybe could be a time for meditation, but allow yourself to roll back to find the comfortable place. If the legs are going to be long, let them be wide. Maybe if it felt good to come back to the Supta Baddha Konasana, the soles of the feet together and the knees open up wide. If the arms are out to the side, and let the shoulders roll back, the palm open. Again, that eye pillow, beautiful place for it here. And just take a nice deep inhale through the nose, open the mouth, and just release. Laying down, allowing your body to absorb all those poses. I will send you some Reiki, healing Reiki, distant Reiki. It will reach you. It will help you sleep even better. I'll mind the time. Just relax. Slowly begin to bring the attention back to the body. Just a nice, easy breathing. Begin to deepen the breath. And gently draw your knees into your chest. Gently roll over to one side. Gently, carefully from here, bring yourself up to a comfortable seated position. I'm going to give you one last beautiful tool to help you sleep. It's breathing through the left nostril. So take your right hand and with your right thumb, gently block off the right nostril. And then inhale and exhale through that left nostril, not forcing anything. Just that long, smooth breath that you had in the practice earlier. Gently release, holding that right nostril, release the hand, breathe through both the nostrils. And then sealing in our work, take a nice deep inhale, circle, sweep arms out and up, let the palms come together. Exhale, hands down to the heart center. Gently bowing down to the heart center. Taking a moment, give yourself permission to sleep well, to be gone with the day. And from my heart to yours, namaste. Thank you so much for joining me and getting your yoga fix this evening with me. Sweet dreams, and I will see you again soon.